George III, he was King of England until 1820. He died right at the beginning of 1820 on the 29th of January, and he'd been reigning for quite a long time, since 1760. After he died, then George IV took over. George IV was his son, the Prince Regent, the George, Prince of Wales, and he was crowned king in 1820, and this is his magnificent 1821 coronation medal. And it's 1821 that we're going to focus on today, the year of George's coronation. He was featured in episodes of Blackadder, but I don't know whether Hugh Laurie really got him totally off to a tee. And all the coins really that I want to talk about today, and one in particular later on in this video that is a new arrival, belong in 1821, which was George IV's first year on the throne, and he reigned for 10 years until William IV took over 10 years later after George died. It's April, and the code for April is NHS Heroes, so that we think about these wonderful, wonderful people all the time who are helping so much to bring our life back to normal. Proof coins of William IV are just a little bit special. Some of the designs are absolutely lovely, and I'm lucky enough to have a few of the proof coins from 1826 in my collection. But I'm always on the lookout for 1821 proofs, which are much more thin on the ground than 1826. They weren't really produced, even the coronation year doesn't have a mint set that was really produced for general consumption. All the proof coins produced in George's coronation year were really proofs of record or pattern proofs. There were a few sets produced, but they weren't really, sets that were kind of, available in any big way to the general public. The first of those was 1826, and then followed by the 1831 and 1839 sets. So when I saw this coin on eBay, and it was being sold by a reputable seller, Kent Coins, or their eBay persona, which may be slightly different, and it was marked as an 1821 proof crown, SECUNDO crown, and there was lots of interest on eBay, and I made a bid for it, and I actually bid a fair amount of money, more than I really wanted to pay for this coin, but I put in a bid for it and I wanted to get it. The pictures I don't think were fabulous, but the coin looked to be a very nice coin, and you can see here, and we can take a look at it together. So you've got a crown coin, and crowns are the normal, regular, biggest silver coins made at the time. It was described as a proof, and only really when I send it for grading will that be confirmed by NGC. I think it probably is a proof. There's quite a lot of mirrored qualities to the fields on this coin, and a fair amount of cameo. It looks very, very much a proof to me, but I don't know. I've never really had in my possession or seen any other proof. A lot of the proofs that I've seen pictures of online are pretty toned, and this one is a bit of a kind of blast white kind of proof. And if this is a good proof of the George IV 1821, then it's probably one of the slightly more popular in terms of, or slightly less expensive proofs, because it has the SECUNDO tag on the outside, and I really like the way this is done on the outside of the coin. It's in really nice condition, but there were a few more SECUNDO coins, and I'll see if I can find some of the others to show you some of the differences. So what you've got here is coin that seems to be a proof of 1821. It's been sold by a dealer with an 1821 proof description, so they've kind of pinned their nails to the mast. As you can see, there is a little bit of a scratchy area just by the cape, and another tiny little bit of round the rim just by the horse's hoof. Those little scratches weren't really evident in the listing for the coin. I think with proofs, it's very, very easy to take pictures and show the coin in a good light, even though there might be blemishes with it. So the tiny scratches on this coin are a little bit worrying, but until I actually send it over for grading and see whether the scratches are scratchy enough to really impair this coin as a details coin, then I won't really be too worried about it. In terms of what I paid for it, if it turns out to be a non-details coin, then I think I got it for a reasonable price. If it turns out to be an MS coin and not a proof coin, then probably I will ask Kent Coins to take it back, because it was described as a proof and it was a proof I really wanted. So that may very well happen. I don't know until this goes in. Or it may be that this coin will come back as an impaired proof, which, given that it's got such a great level of interest on the eye and it's in such nice condition otherwise, that may not really be a problem for this coin, because, you know, a very, very good MS graded 1821 proof is probably a coin that's going to be £3,500 to £5,000. I paid, I think, £1,700 for this coin. There were loads of other people bidding. As I said, if this isn't a proof coin, then I probably paid 30 or 40% more than the coin is actually worth. But it was described as a proof, so I've got a safety net of eBay as a buyer, and I will be able to return this coin if it turns out to be not as described as a proof. But the thing that worries me a little bit is that little scratchy area by the cape. On the other hand, this is such a nice coin that even if it gets a details grading, I suspect that it will be highly desired and highly saleable. And 1821 proofs are pretty thin on the ground. I guess if it gets a details grading and it's an MS proof like coin, not a proof, then that's a whole other scenario, which means that I really need to return this coin, as it isn't the coin that I thought I was getting. But it'll be interesting to see what you guys think of this coin. It's not a coin you see very often. Even if you look in the auction listings and archives, it's not a coin that comes up very much. And sometimes on these older coins, those tiny little scratchy things, providing they're not too deep, are even overlooked by the grading companies. I've noticed on some other coins they can be a little bit overlooked. You've got a few little hairlines over here, which hopefully is indicative of die polish marks. You can see the lines don't go over the horse, which probably also is another indication this is a proof. But if any of you guys know for this particular coin whether there are specific differences that one can take a look at to recognise a proof, then please let me know. But other than that, it's one of those coins that will come back in a month or two, and we'll see exactly what the grading companies think of it, and we'll see what place it will have in my collection. But it's a coin that I'm really pleased to be able to show you, because it's very difficult to get hold of any 1821 proof coins. It was a year they didn't produce very many of them. The first year George's reign, you can see with this laureate head before he went all slimline in 1826 or 1825, 1826 for the later proofs. It's got a few little marks on it. It's not totally pristine, but it's pretty nice in terms of detail. Let me know what you think. I quite like it, and I think that it's certainly better than most that I've seen pictures of online. Let me know what you guys think. Have I made a real mistake with this coin, or is it a coin you might have gone after as well for your own collections? Or maybe you did. Maybe you were one of the underbidders who couldn't quite find it in their hearts to bid what I bid for this particular coin. Let me know, and please like, subscribe, and keep in contact.